Welcome to Mariposa Read, Enjoy, and Discover, brought to you by the Mariposa Adult Literacy Program with support from the Mariposa County Library and a grant generously provided by the California Library Literacy Services. This program has received generous support from KRYZ Radio for broadcasting Mariposa Read and Mountain Miss's Creative Space for the use of their recording studio and editing software. The Adult Literacy Program is available to individuals 18 years of age and older. It is a free and confidential service to help adults reach their literacy goals such as citizenship, high school diploma, and employment opportunities. For more information, contact the Mariposa County Library at 209-966-2140 or email Mariposa Read, that's READ, @gmail.com. How this program works is, you may obtain a digital copy or transcript of the content from the Mariposa County Library's website at www.mariposalibrary.org. Select the Mariposa Read menu option under the Adult Literacy tab. You may also find them on the Mariposa Adult and Family Literacy's Facebook page under the event with the title of the show. If you would like a printed copy, they may be found in front of the Mariposa County's main library from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday, on the Adult Literacy cart just right outside the door. Thank you so much for joining us for Mariposa Read, Enjoy, and Discover. This month, to celebrate our nation's independence, we have been reading from a document put out by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services called Learn About the United States: Quick Civics Lessons for the Naturalization Test. So this was created for those who would like to earn their citizenship in the United States. We thought it would be a great lesson for all of us to be reminded how our country works, how it's set up, and some of the great resources we have. If you would like to follow along, you can find a copy of the PDFs link in the Mariposa County Library's website under the Adult Literacy tab, Mariposa Read. It's also on our Facebook page, Mariposa Adult and Family Literacy. And if you're local, you can pick it up at the Adult Literacy cart, which is right outside the doors of the main library, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you've missed the beginning ones and you'd like to catch up on those, we do have a YouTube channel called Mariposa Read where we post our past shows, and so you can find those there. But for now, we have gotten to number 42, which is on page 10. 42. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? Provide schooling and education. Provide protection, police. Provide safety, fire departments. Give a driver's license. Approve zoning and land use. In the United States, the federal and state governments both hold power. Before the Constitution, the 13 colonies governed themselves individually, much like state governments. It was not until the Articles of Confederation and then the Constitution that a national or federal government was established. Today, although each state has its own constitution, these state constitutions cannot conflict with the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The state governments hold powers not given to the federal government in the U.S. Constitution. Some powers of the state government are the power to create traffic regulations and marriage requirements and to issue driver's licenses. The Constitution also provides a list of powers that the states do not have. For example, states cannot coin, create money. The state and federal governments also share some powers, such as the ability to tax people. 43. Who is the governor of your state now? Answers will vary. District of Columbia residents should answer that D.C. does not have a governor. To learn the name of the governor of your state or territory, go to usa.gov/states-and-territories. Similar to the federal government, most states have 3 branches of government. The branches are executive, legislative, and judicial. The governor is the chief executive of the state. The governor's job in a state government is similar to the president's job in the federal government. However, the state laws that a governor carries out are different from the federal laws that the president carries out. The Constitution says that certain issues are covered by federal, not state, laws. All other issues are covered by state laws. The governor's duties and powers vary from state to state. The number of years that a governor is elected to serve, called a term, is 4 years. The exceptions are New Hampshire and Vermont, where governors serve for 2 years. 44. What is the capital of your state? Answers will vary. District of Columbia residents should answer that D.C. is not a state and does not have a capital. Residents of U.S. territories should name the capital of the territory. To learn the capital of your state or territory, go to census.gov/schools/facts. Each state or territory has its own capital. The state capital is where the state government conducts its business. It is similar to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where the federal government conducts its business. Some state capitals have moved from one city to another over the years, but the state capitals have not changed since 1910. Usually, the governor lives in the state's capital city. 45. What are the two major political parties in the United States? Democratic and Republican. The Constitution did not establish political parties. President George Washington specifically warned against them. But early in U.S. history, two political groups developed. They were the Democratic Republicans and the Federalists. Today, the two major political parties are the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. President Andrew Jackson created the Democratic Party from the Democratic Republicans. The Republican Party took over from the Whigs as a major party in the 1860s. The first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln. Throughout U.S. history, there have been other parties. These parties have included the Know Nothing, also called American Party, Bull Moose, also called Progressive, Reform, and Green parties. They have played various roles in American politics. Political party membership in the United States is voluntary. Parties are made up of people who organize to promote their candidates for election and to promote their views about public policies. And at the top right of that page, in the other column, there is a map of the United States, and below it, it says, Map of the United States, including state capitals, courtesy of the National Atlas of the United States, March 5th, 2003, http://nationalatlas.gov. Number 46. What is the political party of the president now? Visit uscis.gov/citizenship/test updates for the political party of the president. For more information about the political party of the president, visit whitehouse.gov. Number 47. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Visit uscis.gov/citizenship/test updates for the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives. For more information on the Speaker of the House of Representatives, visit house.gov. Okay, and the next section is C, Rights and Responsibilities. 48. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Citizens 18, and in brackets is number 18, and older can vote. You don't have to pay a poll tax to vote. Any citizen can vote. Women and men can vote. A male citizen of any race can vote. Voting is one of the most important civic responsibilities of citizens in the United States. In a democratic society, the people choose the leaders who will represent them. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about voting. The 15th Amendment permits American men of all races to vote. It was written after the Civil War and the end of slavery. The 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. It resulted from the women's suffrage movement, the women's rights movement. After the 15th Amendment was passed, some leaders of the southern states were upset that African Americans could vote. These leaders designed fees called poll taxes to stop them from voting. The 24th Amendment made these poll taxes illegal. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age from 21 to 18. 49. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? Serve on a jury, vote in a federal election. 2 responsibilities of U.S. citizens are to serve on a jury and vote in federal elections. The Constitution gives citizens the right to a trial by a jury. The jury is made up of U.S. citizens. Participation of citizens on a jury helps ensure a fair trial. Another important responsibility of citizens is voting. The law does not require citizens to vote, but voting is a very important part of any democracy. By voting, citizens are participating in the democratic process. Citizens vote for leaders to represent them and their ideas, and the leaders support the citizens' interests. 50. Name one right only for United States citizens. Vote in a federal election. Run for federal office. U.S. citizens have the right to vote in federal elections. Permanent residents can vote in local or state elections that do not require voters to be U.S. citizens. Only U.S. citizens can vote in federal elections. U.S. citizens can also run for federal office. Qualifications to run for the Senate or House of Representatives include being a U.S. citizen for a certain number of years. A candidate for Senate must be a U.S. citizen for at least 9 years. A candidate for the House must be a U.S. citizen for at least 7 years. To run for President of the United States, a candidate must be a natural born, not naturalized, citizen. In addition to the benefits of citizenship, U.S. citizens have certain responsibilities to respect the law, stay informed on issues, participate in the democratic process, and pay their taxes. Top of the page on the right hand side in the right column, there's a picture of the American flag, and it says below, the American flag is an important symbol of the United States. 51. What are two rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to petition the government, freedom of religion, the right to bear arms. Thomas Jefferson said, "The best principles of our republic secure to all its citizens a perfect equality of rights." Millions of immigrants have come to America to have these rights. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights give many of these rights to all people living in the United States. These rights include the freedom of expression, of religion, of speech, and the right to bear arms. All people living in the United States also have many of the same duties as citizens, such as paying taxes and obeying the laws. 52. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States, the flag. The flag is an important symbol of the United States. The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag states, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we usually stand facing the flag with the right hand over the heart. Francis Bellamy wrote the pledge. It was first published in the Youth's Companion magazine in 1892 for children to say on the anniversary of Columbus's discovery of America. Congress officially recognized the pledge on June 22nd, 1942. Two changes have been made since it was written in 1892. "I pledge allegiance to my flag" was changed to "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America." Congress added the phrase "under God" on June 14th, 1954. 53. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? Give up loyalty to other countries. Defend the Constitution and laws of the United States. Obey the laws of the United States. Serve in the U.S. military if needed. Serve, do important work for the nation if needed. Be loyal to the United States. When the United States became an independent country, the Constitution gave Congress the power to establish a uniform rule of naturalization. Congress made rules about how immigrants could become citizens. Many of these requirements are still valid today, such as the requirements to live in the United States for a specific period of time, to be of good moral character, and to understand and support the principles of the Constitution. After an immigrant fulfills all of the requirements to become a U.S. citizen, the final step is to take an oath of allegiance at a naturalization ceremony. The oath of allegiance states, "I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. And that is all that we will have time for today. We will continue on with this probably for 2 more of these wonderful shows. You can join us at 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays right here on KRYZ Radio, and we replay this show on Sundays at 2:30 p.m. That's Pacific time. We would very much like to thank KRYZ for their support of this show and airing it for us. And of course, we thank you for joining us, and we do hope that you will join us again.
This has been Mariposa Adult Literacy Program's Read, Enjoy, and Discover on KRYZ 98.5 LPFM.